Hey guys, how are ya? I was just talking with Mona Lisa, and she had a question. She was thinking like, all right, Mrs. Nucci, so many of your projects so far while we've been learning from our homes have been drawings. And she had a good point. She's like, you told the kids that they could draw or color on anything, like boxes and newspaper and things, but you never really showed it to them, so they might forget. And maybe they'd have no idea how to draw in a cereal box, because in a way, that kind of sounds like something you could almost get in trouble for, like, hey, stop drawing on the Cheerios. So I kind of thought, well, hey, let me show you guys some different things that could just be laying around your houses, in your recycling bins, even a neighbor that might have some things next door you could ask, you could borrow, if it's outside in their recycling bin. I don't know. Anyway, so I was just going through my basic art supplies, like from pencil to crayon and marker, okay? And then I went through my basement and just honestly some stuff that was on the coffee table, and like mail. Anyway, so let me show you what I was thinking about just quickly. One, newspaper. We have a lot of this in our basement, but it can be absolutely beautiful to draw over black and white words and pictures. So sometimes, this is about some students from TRAPE in this old newspaper. Let's test it. So could I use crayon on newspaper? I say so. That shows up. Check. How about just a plain Crayola marker? Absolutely. That shows up too. I found some chalk, like white chalk. We have a chalkboard that sometimes I use and like, oops, you know me, I always break it. But I mean, even this is beautiful to add shades, highlights. What if you just have a pen? Would that work? It works. So what I wanted to show you, colored pencil, is that no matter what tools that you have around your house to draw with, they will work on any surface. You may not like one as much as another, but I encourage you to try them out. Here's a Sharpie. You know, those are the bossy markers. They're going to last forever. And I even found like just big chunks of sidewalk chalk. So I couldn't bring a hunk of my driveway inside to show you, but you know, if it ever stops raining, why not do your near and far project on the driveway? You can still take a picture of it and show it to me. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, it looks great actually. So sometimes having the words come through your drawings, like in the background, adds another layer and it makes your composition really cool. So newspaper, if you have it, ask first. You can cut out a smaller space or even shapes. You could do your near and far or your Lego self-portrait like on the shape of a newspaper heart. The other thing I talked about a lot was, well, let me show you these ones first. So I don't know about you guys, but we're getting a little bit more delivered to the house because, you know, we're all not going to the stores quite as much. So how about a sheet of cardboard? You can use all these drawing tools right on here. Even the little guys. Just because I draw too big does not mean I expect you to have a huge piece of paper. You can draw small, amazing, detailed images on little pieces of cardboard, little pieces of paper. How about the back of a paper plate? I mean, this side would be tricky for some surfaces, but the back side is always fantastic. So if you have any of those, and if the circle confuses you, use your scissors. Cut it right out. You can make it a square. How about a paper bag? We have lots of these under our sink. And back in the old days, we had to cover our school books with these things. But not only do they make giant puppets, that would be a fun project. You can draw right on the back of this or cut the back of it out, open it up, and now you've got a pretty big piece of paper to draw on, all from a paper bag. You could probably get 4 or 5 pieces of paper just from that. But the one thing I was kind of the most excited to show you is, like, when I told Mona over here, don't draw on my Cheerio box, but when the Cheerios are all gone, or your box of gummies is all gone, like, no more left, open it up, and, somebody put it back empty. I don't like when that happens in my house. But hey, wait a minute. Look inside of this. We could draw on that. Let's see how I can open it up. So, if you have little or big scissors, or somebody has gardening scissors, little hair cutting scissors, anything, you can ask a grown-up for help. What I'm doing is I'm just going to cut right down the side, right, of this open box. Cutting right down the side. I'm going to cut anywhere that the box is folded. I'm like cutting it. You can't even see it. These computers, I'm telling you. Okay. I'm going to cut that. Now look at that. 2 cuts, and look at how big this opened up. It's so big it covers my face, right? So this right here could be an awesome surface to draw on. And I grabbed a box of old spaghetti noodles or elbow macaroni noodles, macaroni and cheese boxes, any of that packaging. When you take the food out of it, cutting right up the side. Ah, now this could be really cool right there. Can you see that? Does anybody else think I could be a robot now? Like, right? Or an astronaut? Or a welder? Some hockey player? Like, what else looks through a windshield or a mask? Like, just opening that up gave me so many ideas. I wasn't thinking about that before. I was just thinking about what else you could draw on. So, cutting open that. Here's another cereal box I have. There's no window, but watch. Pop the bottom and the top, which would probably already be open. You fill your cereal. Cereal's all gone. Or you ask if you can just take the bag that's on the inside out. You take those scissors, you cut up the side. Scissors sounds really funny when you play back these videos. So, ready? And then, oh my gosh! I could either cut this again and again, or I have a really great big surface to draw on. And if you are one of my 3rd graders, we tone our paper sometimes before we draw on it, which means we actually kind of dirty it up and we put down like a sienna, like a burnt or a brownish tan type of a color. So this is already like that, you're a step ahead, and you can draw with anything on cardboard, okay? Sidewalk chalk, regular chalk, and my handy dandy pencil, okay? It can happen, you can do it. So even if you have endless amounts of huge art room paper, right? Like we're lucky enough to have in the art room, that doesn't even mean you have to use it at home. You can be creative. Even the back of a notebook. Oh, this is the notebook where I make all my neurotic lists, and the back of the notebook is white, and the other side of it is that same cardboard from the inside of the box. So I really don't want you to ever think, I can't do this project. I don't have big paper like Mrs. Nucci. It doesn't matter. There's paper everywhere. There's stuff to draw on everywhere. So I just thought I'd show you a few things that I found like within 2 or 3 minutes, just kind of poking through my kitchen and down in the basement. Like I said, the recycling bin. Ask first. And I would be happy to help you if you found some things that you wanted to try drawing on. You can paint on all those surfaces too. So if you do a paint at home, go for it. Experiment. That's how artists that ended up painting something as known as the Mona Lisa, that's how they all started. They had to figure it out, try something, something works, something doesn't. That's how we learn. So I wanted to show you that because I've shared my YouTube link to you guys that has all my lessons so far on there. And I didn't want anybody to feel that they couldn't do that just because they didn't have plain white paper at home, okay? So don't ever let that stop you. All right, you guys are doing great, and it's great to see your faces when I jump in these meetings, and please email me or post to me anytime you have a question. Okay, keep the artwork coming. I will see you soon. All right, bye guys.